It's the Cable
I'm just going to take the Bowmasters. Hopefully we can pair it with some cool draw 7 nonsense, but even if we can't, Bowmaster's just good, huh? This is a good-ass card right there. Just keep on drafting Sneak Attack. We did 2 Sneak Attack decks in a row, right? Just keep on snagging it. As much as it hurts to pass a Dark Ritual, I'm going to take this here, Thoughtseize here. Oh, there's the draw 7 I wanted. And now we just want more of the same. More interaction. Some shielded thing would be good. I like Tar Pit. I also like Toxic Deluge. The thing about Tar Pit, so like it gives you some value in your mana base, right? And in a threat, which is really nice. But fixing is replaceable, and black really only has 1 sweeper in this cube. I would like to see Damnation come back for the Arena cube. That's kind of like a dealer's choice sort of thing. Is Thoughtseize the best interaction in cube? It's the interaction that isn't going to be like dead in some matchup. I'm glad that Lorraine revealed. Do you count Bowmasters as interaction? Because I pick Bowmasters over Thoughtseize. Little dress action. Kind of a pleasant little start here. Is it better than him? Almost every card in the cube is better than him. The issue with him to Turok these days is raw card advantage matters less when... Ooh, an Undercity Sewers. When all the creatures just like draw cards and kill you immediately. You kind of need to interact with the board. You need to interact fast. As much as I like Shinobi, and as much as that helps cut blue-black, I'm going to grab this Chain of Smog. We might wheel the, that 3-2 that we passed earlier. Someone else that saw the Smog might snag that up, just in case the chain wheels, though. Verdant would be good, but I kind of like the idea of having another draw 7, huh? This Orc's plan. Occult Epiphany is a way of bidding Echo, which is kind of cute. I think I want Balefire. I like this exile removal spell. Saves you in a lot of spots. Also another way to trigger Orcs, huh? Little snuff action. Looks like the 3-2 did not wheel for Chain of Smog. See a Shieldred pack 2. I would not mind a Shieldred pack 2, that's for sure. Would give us some nice consistency. I do not like this pack. Maybe I'll grab Dismember. We already have some life paying, though. Maybe I'll draft Kaido. The red cards are nice. I just don't want to add a color for them. Interesting pack. So Caracas is worth running in, like, everything. We would be giving up something to take it here, though, right? We'd be taking over Memory Lapse and Prismatic Vista. I think we're good on removal, that the Bitter Triumph isn't tempting. I think I want that Caracas. One cool thing about Caracas is not only does it, like, brick power cards like Minsc and Boo, but with our draw 7s, we're actually kind of weak to opposing Shieldreds. And Caracas just means that we're just not all of a sudden. Cards is too good. If the Caracas wasn't in the pack, I think I would take Memory Lapse over Vista. And the Wheel of Fortune isn't particularly tempting because, again, we already have 2 draw 7s. Doing pretty well there. Yeah, the life loss on Ancient Tomb really does not jive with what we're doing. Could take Spellseeker with the idea that you get a like a Time Walk or a Recall in pack 3 that would make it reasonable. I don't really love Bat in the same deck as Toxic Deluge. You can still play it, you know, it's a flyer for Kaido or whatever. Sometimes Metamorphosis is solid. Don't currently have a lot of critters to rebuy. Hey, there we go. There we fucking go. Well, now the Crocus can help protect our Shieldred, huh? As always, we're giving up something. The Strix of the Force would be good. Skydiver fits this deck pretty well. The Xander's Lounge would be another piece of fixing. I'm going to grab the Talisman, though. Currently, our curve is kind of clunky with some, like, 4s and 6s. The Talisman helps with that a little bit. Seems like a good Voidwalker deck. I don't think I'm doomsdaying, but now we have the option, right? We certainly have the option. One issue with Doomsday is that we passed Dark Ritual in pack 1. We took the Thoughtseize over it. And that makes Doomsday a lot worse. But who knows? Maybe we open a Black Lotus in pack 3. Could happen. Real solid chance that bat ends up making the cut. Discard for Echo the Eons. I know the discard that I want. It would be Psychic Frog. Could also use some more fixing. There's definitely another blue-black player is an issue there. I remember when the Tar Pit didn't wheel and such. Well, Underground Sea is nice. Force of Will and Reanimate are both excellent as well, but I think the Underground Sea is currently adding more to the deck. Thirst is a nice, efficient removal spell. We're pretty good on removal, though. I'll grab the Miscalc. Ooh, Watery Grave. The mana is starting to get Doomsday level good, huh? So Stock Up is a better card than Frantic Search. If I am trying to play Doomsday, though, I think I prefer the Frantic Search. And Frantic Search is a way to bin Echo pretty cleanly. Currently lack a tutor, which Imperial Seal helps. This is not a very good tutor. I might prefer Fatal Push. Random Fetches would be good here. There's a few slots I wouldn't mind upgrading. I'm gonna grab that Narset. Yet another way to interact with our draw 7s, right? Helps us find our sweeper in the matchup where that matters too. I think I am playing the Doomsday stuff now. Don't love Stern Scolding. It seems unlikely that I would get a flash combo in here, though. Trying to think of what I've passed this pack. The issue with Mana Confluence and Doomsday is that you are losing half your life rounded up. Make it pretty sketch. And we have like Toxic and stuff in here too. I mean, I think I am just throwing deck into the sideboard. And then if my opponent's super heavy artifacts, I can consider a red splash. Kind of like the Nethergoyf here. Could have had Flash Primus. What was I thinking? I mean, having 2 1-ofs that you need to draw naturally or they don't do anything isn't that good of a combo, I don't think. Oh, but the Spellseeker could have found Flash. Ooh. Yeah, silly meme. Scolding is good versus opposing Bowmasters. Yeah, it's good against Hull Reacher too, huh? You don't think Doomsday's looking so hot? Why not? What's your reasoning for not liking the Doomsday? How do you feel about Thunder Trap Trainer? I think I dig it. Let's sideboard Skydiver. Yeah, we only have 5 creatures in here. Trainer should have a pretty good hit rate. Oh, I probably actually want to emphasize black, not blue. Because the doubles on 2. And we have a blue talisman here. Well, it should be a fucking headache to play, right, huh? At least we don't necessarily have to Doomsday every game. That's not our only win con here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be a keep or not. We can, like, play a draw 7 on 3. We are missing, like, orcs or something to abuse it. I said I don't know Zeratol, so I don't know what your question is for. You very much can, Zeratol. I literally said I don't know. You're not. It's not an argument. If you're like, I think this is a mulligan. It's like it might be. It might be correct to mulligan it. Was like literally my commentary. This is not much of a question to disagree with me, because I'm like, I don't know if this is correct or not, and yeah, I just feel like the question was already answered, right? The one that you asked. The opponent sitting on mana drain. I could see it. I was kind of wondering whether they were worried, whether they were sitting on like a Hull Breacher and wanted to respond to a draw spell. It's not feeling very mana drainy. Untap target creature. So that card, that Reflexes does not really work well with this Baloth Prime, because it comes into play with 6 stun counters on it. So I think we just take this counter spell, I guess they let it resolve instead of counterspelling, because I lose 2 life this way. Did get some interesting info, though. Baloth Prime is so cool. I really like that card. Yeah, the fact that it like does something even if you don't have like an engine. Like Titania kind of needs some sort of engine or some sort of synergy going on. But if you just like have some lands with a Baloth Prime, you can just be like, yep, pump some mana in there. I actually really like it with Gaia's Cradle, because you sack a land, but then getting a creature replaces the mana that you lose from sacking your land. Yeah, I'm supposed to attack first, Remove 1 stun counter from my Baloth Prime. Alright, resolves. Can I resolve my my Echo now? Well, they took that pretty well. As bad as like bad experiences with like a poor support are, it really is like a super small minority of Magic players. think I'm mostly keeping this the same. I could say playing the bat. You did a similar thing with stun counters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, real easy to do. I think you're right about that, Player Warrior, that most people are good people. Most people want to help each other and have a good time, and all good things. Yeah, I think Facebook makes me a worse person for sure. Very easy to get way too involved in some conversation with randoms. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, Spawn, thanks for 95 months. Yeah, there's a couple of them, T-Bag. A couple of Toxarinos around. I really like Multiversal Passage, too. Been digging and playing with it. That's some real ones. Stream Elements is not letting you donate. Oh, that's wild. What the fuck's up with Stream Elements? Oh, an internal server error. Hey, Snap 89. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 53 months there. Still going strong? Still going strong. Well, and you can stack off Narset. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Ectomaniac, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 73 months there. I think I maybe should have played Brutality here instead of this Thunder Trap. My third Narset trigger. Oh, it's a stress. You're surprised Miscalculation hasn't been reprinted into Standard and Pioneer? So I mean, cycling's weird, right? It would have to be in a set that has cycling. But I think it could go through Standard, yeah. I think it's like a worse card than Mana Leak on average. I'm actually going to mill them and see if they get something spicy for Voidwalker. There's a Nadu. Oh, it's like almost good. They print one-off old mechanics down, do they? I thought it had to be like a set mechanic sort of deal. They did make Miscalc without cycling, and it did see some Standard play, but it was like a 1 or 2 of, and it would not have broken Standard if it had been a little bit better. Oh shit, what up? We got some subs here. Euro Balamo, thanks for the sub, thanks for 25 months, and Francis, thanks for the sub, thanks for that 22, appreciate you. I think I'm just gonna give it the snuff. I think I like getting the passage down this turn. Let's cycle this Thought Scour. We just milled Shieldred and Orcish Bowmasters. That was an awkward mill. Kind of wonder whether the 3 didn't serve there. Crocus is still broken in Vintage Cube, yeah. Toxic Deluge exiling the Enduring is tempting, but not as tempting as chasing my opponent while I have a Voidwalker out. Huh. I think I'm just going to attack. They probably get to draw a card off Enduring here, but then it's like one more card to kill with the Toxic. Nice. Crocus protecting my mana base here. So the issue with getting something like Luris or whatever and putting that into play is they still have that unexpectedly absent, right? Might be better to just Toxic for 1. You like Luris into Bowmasters? The issue with Luris into Bowmasters is, again, they still have unexpectedly absent, so you just be kind of giving them their Luris back. Yeah, I don't like it. You can't Luris into Bowmaster this turn? You certainly can. You would just be playing Luris and Bowmaster. Those would be your plays. Hey, Tim's a turd. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 32 months. BotCon was the shiznit. Love to hear it. Not bad. I think... No. Very possible I'm supposed to be self-milling now. Could have been Echo. Oh, no. None of that. Yeah, I should probably be milling myself here. Plays a little better with all my card draw. Ooh. So we have a win here. It's just a Doomsday in a time spiral. Mana Tithe is gone. Unexpectedly Absent is gone. I think we just jam it. Oh, we could put Echo as part of the stack, and then we don't have to use Time Spiral. Well, that's way better. Yeah, I don't really see a backup win that works. It just will be Sertaglo. I'm sorry. I don't think my line works because I have more than 7 cards here. So I can uptick Jace and mill myself. I needed to put like a Frantic Search or something in there. Well, the Echo exiles itself. Does that matter? We have 3 cards in the bin, 2 in hand, 2 in the library. No, it doesn't matter. We would draw 7 cards, and they would have 7 cards to kill me with. I think we just pass, and hopefully we didn't give them a win here. Miscounted by like a card, and I've got a useless Bowmaster in hand. Certainly not my best Doomsday I've ever cast. Just have to dodge a pump effect, I guess. 2 in the library, 3 here, 2 here, yeah. Cool. I'm glad I wasn't punished for my atrocious play there. Yeah, Spiral would have worked. Well, one issue with Spiral is it does give your opponent... If you're not winning with the Spiral, it means you're giving the opponent cards. Like you could be like giving them Unexpectedly Absent again to kill you. Hey, Fisher Magic, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Why did Eons not work? Because I had miscounted and there was too many cards. So because there were 7 cards that would shuffle in from my hand and the graveyard and the 2 that were left in the library, I wouldn't actually win the game from casting Echo the Eons. The Echo the Eons would exile itself and there'd be 7 total cards left. So my hand would be 7, I'd have 0 cards in my library, and Jace wouldn't have a reason to trigger because I wouldn't have drawn a card yet, right? And then you give your opponent 7 cards to kill you with to find 1 point of damage with. And that seemed a lot worse than just passing the turn, right? You can Echo then uptick. Well, the Echo got into the bin from the uptick geysers. You're giving yourself an extra uptick there. You thought I had a Thought Scour? I mean, I could have put it as part of my stack. That would have been a better Doomsday stack. Thought Scour or Frantic Search or something. That was pretty clearly the fuck up. You still would have given the opponent 7 cards. So if you're killing the opponent with the draw 7, that doesn't matter. If the literal win the game from Jace is happening, then it super doesn't matter that you're giving them 7. So that's what I thought that I was doing, but I was not doing that because I'd fucked up. Counting Sardin? Can be. Can be. Mariak, for the love of God, no. You are giving your opponent 7 cards with Time Spiral. And we know that they have answers to the Jace in their deck. So you're shuffling their Unexpectedly Absent back into their deck for no reason. Sure. Little Mock Sapphire action. We just got another raid. We've been getting all the raids tonight. Hey, Scotty Nada, thanks for the raid. So we might be getting mana tithed here, and that's okay. But still gonna try and play our card, huh? Oh, nice. How was your stream, Scotty? What were you jamming? Nice. Love it when my Narset hits. Could cast Doomsday this turn by using Frantic Search to fix my mana. I think I'm going to grab Doomsday but not cast it here. I think I'm going to Thoughtseize. Yeah, the Arena Cube is very similar to the Magic Online Vintage Cube. The main differences are the lack of Lord of the Rings cards. There's technically, so from this cube, there's technically 106 cards different, but we went through it line by line, and 70 of the cards that Arena is including over the literal exact versions in this have been in the rotation of this cube over the past couple of years. The Magic Online Vintage Cube, they cycle some cards in and out. So that's where the 30 number comes from. And that's mostly like Lord of the Rings cards, like the Land Cyclers. And there's a couple of archetypes that aren't supported because they're archetypes that cycle in and out, like Landfall and stuff. Oh shit, what up? Hey JC, Triple I, thanks for the sub, thanks for 48 months, the 4 years. Yeah, the Booster Tutor, like credit where credit's due, should be an exciting one to cast. Certainly a cool one. Oh man. So we don't have a way of generating a mana in this deck. Dropping a 7. So I want to Thoughtseize them and then play Jace next turn for the win. So I want the Jace third one down, I guess. I guess the Frantic Search just like leaves you with Thoughtseize as the one card left. So most of that stack really just didn't matter, right? It was like Thoughtseize, Jace, 3 other random cards that like you think might be useful in some point. It's cool when you can like set up a backup win con with Doomsday, but we can't really with this deck. Kind of a sick opener, huh? I like leading on Thoughtseize. It's tempting to save the Thoughtseize for post Voidwalker and try and like cheat something awesome into play, like, oh, we love an Emrakul, you know? But we don't even necessarily want to play Voidwalker on 2, right? We might be Bowmaston, who knows? And if you wait on the Thoughtseize, disastrous things can happen to you. So I do recommend casting your discard. Oh. Absolutely not letting you untap with a Bob. The cool thing about getting the Voidwalker down is it makes Lingering Souls much worse. Like, they cast it and then it exiles instead of going to the graveyard. The bad thing about it is then they're drawing cards off Bob, right? I'd rather they have 2 more 1/1s than a whole ass card. Ooh. I don't think Echo and Bowmaster are going to get to do the thing now when they've got a Solitude in hand over there. But the threat might be worth something. Do you want to go? Very tempting to just cast Doomsday here, huh? We'd go to 9. And then take 4 in the air. We go down to 5. And then we Toxic for 1, go down to 4. Solitude attacks us to 1. Kind of feels like it works. I don't know what the last card should be. Toxic, Jace, Frantic Search, Duress. Let's put a land in there. Oops, what did I just do? Oh, I didn't select done. In case of disaster. I mean, Frantic Search already bins Echo. The attack doesn't really matter, but like it saves me life if they block. What's the card blocking? It's a 2-mana 2/2 with Squad that buffs creature tokens. It's a very important Toxic because it does get the Thalia off the board, right? We should just have a win here. We know their last card is Solitude. Yay. Hey, Doomsday's been actually most of my wins, Maybe all my wins. You're too much of a coward for a card like Doomsday. Losing half of your life is scary. Every win con has like some risk, right? I think I want to bring that Skydiver in. The last few casts of Frantic, I tapped 4 before casting. Why was that? Because then you have more options for untapping Hinderhoof. So I was filtering a black mana into an extra blue mana both of those times. Didn't really matter that last time, but I wanted to. Hey, Dirks80, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 51 months. Yeah, exactly. You tap Swamp, Swamp, Blue, Blue. Then you decide to use Swamp, Swamp, Blue, but then you untap 2 islands. So you're like generating more blue mana that way. Earlier in the stream, I talked about there was a spot where we only had 2 swamps for Doomsday, and I brought up that as a potential line to use the Frantic Surge to get another black source that way. No turn to play, huh? Well, I don't hate that. This spot certainly feels good. You weren't expecting the red-black duel? I thought they showed red last game. There's probably like a 4th splashed, is what I would assume. And you could just slam this Doomsday on 3, but now's when we learn that I am also a coward, like chat. I'm just gonna Narset around here. Oh shit, what up? Hey Bartaboos, thanks for gifting a sub to Secundum. Good stuff. Wow. It's a nice set of cards. I might actually have been toxic here. The Baleful Mastery is cute with Narset. And we have the Crocus that can bounce, but I'd rather do that on their end of turn. And this might be making the game harder on myself than I need to, but it certainly feels good. You could him to Turok, they're 1 card away. You could run out Shieldred with Caracas up. Or you could just play the Doomsday, huh? Sure. I think they realize that there's no real way out here. I can Toxic for 2 and get the Doomsday back and cast it if I want. Then, like, what do they do if I attack, right? Then just take that and go to 13, and then get a Shieldred trigger. Now they're at 11. We still have Caracas to protect it. It's just a lot. This is the end of the match, right? The end of the run, the league, that was the trophy. Very anticlimactic to not get the the little trophy prompt. I want to see the little trophy prompt. Magic Online acting weird. Always a little whirligig. Yeah, give me that endorphin boost. Where's that boost? Earlier this happened and then it like replayed through the whole game. Your game crashed like 20 minutes ago. Gotcha. Happens sometimes, huh?